design and permit the neighborhood water delivery system, Tucson Water asked for program volunteers.
Hi, I'm Shirley Davis. I've lived in Tucson all my life, and I'm concerned about the damage we're doing to our environment by continuing to use more groundwater than nature provides. That's why I volunteered to take part in Tucson Water's Neighborhood Ambassador program that will deliver recharged Colorado River water blended with groundwater to neighborhoods like mine. The community our children inherit will depend upon us using all of our water resources wisely in order to protect our beautiful desert environment.
To volunteer, call 791-4331.
Within weeks, more than 600 customers volunteered to participate. 4 neighborhoods were selected, and Tucson Water outreach staff worked with the volunteers to bring the rest of the neighbors into agreement. Jeanette Hinton joined the neighborhood outreach team to help with one neighborhood.
I had one individual that specifically said, I don't want to do this. My pipes were ruined. I'm really not sure about this. I left some information, and then it seems like I called maybe every third day. I didn't want to be too pushy. And finally, the person invited me back over to answer questions and solve some of his problems specific to his home. And now he is a great believer in this and feels like water should have done this a long time ago.
The blended water program ran for 90 days in each neighborhood, and it was a success right from the start. People came to us and asked that we leave the water with them. They didn't really want to lose it. I mean, they were dropping their bottled water and starting to drink water out of the tap. It was great.
The water quality in each home was regularly monitored to ensure the quality standards set for the demonstration program were consistently met. As the tanker trucks carrying the blended water rolled into volunteer neighborhoods, heavy coverage of the program by the news media carried the blended water success story to many thousands of customers. But those not living in the demonstration neighborhoods were not able to sample the blend, so Tucson Water began a bottling program.
Tucson Water started bottling the blended water. We put it in 5-gallon bottles and put it in coolers all over the city so people could come in and try it. And we also had a half-liter bottle that we started bottling. The half-liter bottles we had originally planned to start at about $6,000 a month, and in no time at all we were ramped up to $120,000 a month to meet demand. People loved it. We've given away over 700,000 bottles of water that way.
Hi, I'm Dave Modier, Director of Tucson Water. Here in the Allendale neighborhood, our customers are trying out our new blended water for 90 days. You can try this new water too. Look for bottles of the new Tucson Water or get a sample from one of these water coolers we've set up. Using this new water will allow us to shut down wells in central Tucson that are damaging our environment and let our diminishing water table be replenished naturally. Try the new Tucson Water and tap into the future.
The local business and educational communities quickly understood the advantages of Tucson Water's blended water plan and realized that the success of the new ballot measure, designed to kill the blending approach, would threaten Tucson's future. An advocacy group of community leaders stepped forward to fight this new Proposition 200.
Tucson Water's communication and outreach efforts sparked support from our customers for the first time since the red water problem 7 years before. The business and university communities also saw that we were being proactive, and it demonstrated to them we had confidence in what we were doing, and it gave them the confidence to get actively involved.
As the days before the election wound down, TV commercials for and against the ballot measure cluttered local television.
Told me it was the most important issue facing Tucson. And everything I've learned about our water leads me to one conclusion. Proposition 200 makes our water problems worse, not better. I know you've seen a lot of confusing and even misleading advertising in this campaign, so let me make this as clear as I can. I'm urging every Tucsonian to vote no, no, no on Proposition 200.
Tucson's big developers and bankers are spending $1 million to try to scare you. They say we'll lose our CAP water. They say your homes will start sinking into the desert. They say we'll run out of water. These threats are nonsense. The truth is the big developers want you to drink CAP water so they can build more golf courses and subdivisions and make more money. That's all this fight has ever been about. Don't be fooled by the growth industry. Protect yourself. Vote yes on Prop 200.
Unable legally to advocate for either side, Tucson Water continued its customer education campaign. determined not to be diverted by responding to accusations or misinformation.
The blended water we've been demonstrating in Tucson neighborhoods is a big part of the solution to Tucson's long-standing water problems. Here's how we'll deliver it to you. Colorado River water goes into these basins in Avra Valley. It soaks through the earth and blends naturally with the native groundwater. Wells recover this naturally blended water and send it through a new pipeline to Tucson. Here it mixes again with the groundwater we were already using. It's then delivered to your home. Using this additional water will allow us to shut down wells in central Tucson that threaten our environment. Our water table can then recover naturally. I assure you, the water you receive in this way will be as good or better than the water in these bottles. I believe the solution will solve many of our water problems in Tucson and ensure a sensible water future for ourselves and our families.
Dozens of interviews were requested and given to the news media by Tucson Water Management. And several hour-long programs were produced by local television stations. Programs intended to explain our water issues to voters. Debate was reaching a crescendo. Then, a week before the election, members of the opposition filed suit against Tucson Water for violating state electioneering laws. The utility won its day in court, found not guilty of attempting to sway the voters. In fact, the judge ruled that government entities are entitled to, if not obligated to, make expenditures of public monies to disseminate factual information to the electorate. A second victory followed swiftly on Election Day. The research, the communication, the perseverance were rewarded when 65% of voters supported Tucson Water's plans for using Colorado River water.
It was a success that couldn't have been achieved without the help of many allies and much hard work. Our employees really came through, passing out bottled water, working with the neighborhoods, speaking to organizations, and manning this and other shopping mall information stations. It was the best team communications effort that I've ever been a part of.
After the votes were tallied, crews continued building the Clearwater Renewable Resource Facility in the desert west of Tucson. A year later, they were racing to complete the facility before the hot summer months began. This first phase of Clearwater included an 8.5 million gallon reservoir, a booster station, 9 wells, and more than 24 miles of pipeline. Overcoming a host of challenges, Tucson Water project managers, contractors, and engineers met the deadlines, and in May of 2001, Tucson's mayor and other dignitaries threw the switch, sending blended water flowing into Tucson. Tucson Water had carefully prepared for potential customer reaction to the new Clearwater blend, training staff and forming special water quality SWAT teams to immediately address any customer concerns. But quality control in water treatment, careful planning, and good advanced communications with customers paid off. Only about 70 customer concerns were received during the first month of delivery. 20 million gallons of the blend added to Tucson's daily water supply allowed Tucson Water to take another major step that it had promised customers would take place. In a ceremony a month after the Clearwater dedication, the utility shut down 26 groundwater wells in the central city to allow the water table to begin to recover from years of overpumping. In early 2002, Tucson Water was able to report to customers that the water table beneath Tucson was already rising, as much as 10 feet in some places. A true historic event in a desert city that had survived solely on groundwater. Tucson Water knew that one way to build on its now excellent relationship with customers was to continue to provide them with information, especially about the quality of their water. The utility applied for and won a grant from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's MPACT program to enhance and increase our water quality information efforts through a computerized online reporting system. A group of community partners, including the University of Arizona, National Science Foundation, Pima County Health Department, and the Southwest Environmental Health Sciences Center at the U of A, joined with us for this project. Tucson Water asked customers what water quality parameters they were most interested in, and structured the impact project around the results of that survey. Today, customers can go to the utility's website and find water quality information for their neighborhood that's less than 24 hours old. In the spring of 2002, Tucson Water broke ground on the first expansion at Clearwater. More recharge basins and wells will increase water production at the facility to 54 million gallons a day by the end of the year. About 60 more groundwater wells in the central city are slated for retirement. As Tucson continues to move from total dependence on groundwater to a much more environmentally sound policy of multiple water resources, the long-term benefits to our environment and our community become increasingly apparent, and the Tucson Turnaround ever more significant.
Today, just about everyone in Tucson knows Dave Modier, recalling his cheery hi from hundreds of commercial breaks in dozens of television programs during the past 2 years. Dave may have recognition from the citizens, but the true credit for the regained trust and respect of customers must go to Tucson Water's employees. Employees who were committed to success, reaching out to customers to explain the details of the utility's plans, working weekends and evenings speaking to groups, working round the clock to develop and implement projects unique in the nation's water industry. It's this commitment to thinking first of the customer that has led to the Tucson Turnaround. Going back to basics has moved us forward and set the stage for a life-giving, renewable water supply to once again flow unhindered in the desert.